for the Hoosiers. Get some easy buckets. Now all of a sudden get your defensive set and guard as 5. This end is huge tonight for Indiana.
It's hard to say that this team that has so much size, they have struggled on the glass. Wilkerson short on his first shot of the night. Rebounding is a big deal for them, especially giving up offensive rebounds.
And it's an area that needs to be cleaned up. And there's a couple reasons why you give up some rebounds. When you're out of position defensively, that's when you start giving up rebounds. That's what Indiana needs to clean up.
8 to shoot, going around the corner. Rice, layup no good.
That's where I would have liked Rice just to come and play off the 2 feet, go straight up and score that layup instead of that finger roll. You know, that just a little bit of contact pushes him far enough out and he misses it.
Sam here
will knock down some shots.
Finister had it blocked by Mbako, now going the other way. Rice looks to Mbako, puts it on the deck, but he traveled. First turnover for the Hoosiers.
You just look at Mbako. You've got one screen coming out. There's another pin down coming. Catch, shoot, feeder set, nails the 3. And that's going to create more spacing for the post players of Indiana. what a shot by Hoopner. It's there. Indiana did everything you needed to do defensively.
And a steal now for Sam Houston. They've got numbers. Burns running the floor. It's Finister for the transition 3 and almost an air ball. Ballo with his first rebound.
And that last turnover by Indiana, you can't have. You have to get rid of those. Have a turnover rate of 17%.
Out of bounds, it'll stay with Indiana. How about Hoofner? A shot and a prayer. That's Wilkerson with Galloway on him. Wilkerson trying to create space. Jumper. Too strong. And the rebound from Ballo.
And good defense there by Galloway, using his strength and then using his chest so that there's no foul called there, no bailout.
Wilkerson averages almost 20 a game. Hoofner for 3. More traditional shot didn't go, and Wilkerson was right there in position for a putback. Now the breakaway. Good transition offense, and Mbako with 2 more.
And that's why it's so important for Indiana to rebound at a higher level than they have been, because when they get the ball in the defensive end and they get on transition, that's where they can be really good. That's where that individual talent takes over.
Keaton Scroggins on the floor for Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app.
Jeff, you talked about it, the 4 turnovers, and none of them really forced. You can't make that entry pass from the top there. One more swing. Ballo's got his guy sealed. You can one more swing and make the pass there, and it's not a turnover.
Well, Luke Goody, the Illinois transfer, and Bryson Tucker on the floor for the first time for the Hoosiers. Wilkerson. Goody drops it off, and he was fouled. Malik Renew, when you get it into the paint, good things happen.
Well, it does, and it's just as simple. He slowly walks down, boom, all of a sudden the seal, high post, have the mismatch. But again, this is what Indiana, that's their strength. Their strength is sealing and post up. When I say sealing, using your hips to be able to create angles so that you can get drop steps, so that you can get easy layups. And they need to get back to that. I know that they've had
college basketball and taking those mid-range jumpers. Analytics don't love them. Sometimes you got to take what the defense is giving you.
I think sometimes analytics gets talked about too much. Like, what's the strength of your player? Use the eye test.
Renew pokes it away. Renew in transition. Euro step and 1. They'll count it. Hoosiers on a college basketball and taking those mid-range jumpers. Analytics don't love them. Sometimes you got to take what the defense is giving you.
I think sometimes analytics gets talked about too much. Like, what's the strength of your player? Use the eye test.
Renew pokes it away. Renew in transition. Euro step and 1. They'll count it. Hoosiers on a run.
You're almost halfway through this first half. 0 offensive rebounds. for Sam Houston.
Rice puts it on the deck with the right hand. Four straight field goals for Indiana. For the last 5 for Sam Houston. Finished a nice.
And that's what you can't have. And so far, defensively, the areas of concern that I saw in the Bahamas, not seeing them as often right now against Sam Houston for this Indiana. So that's growth, that's development, that's playing together. Offensively, they're playing a little bit better. Now, when you defend, I think it helps the offensive side of the ball a little bit too, though.
Galloway looking for space now into the corner. 3 from Leal. Galloway in amongst the trees. It's going to stay.
Like defensively, you've got to guard your yard. That's a one-on-one matchup by Luke. He's got to sit there and stop that. There's no help coming because your short post right there, there's not enough time for help. It's just a face rip and go, and Hoofner gets the free throw line. That's where it's got to be one-on-one, and you've got to find a way to get that stop.
Hoofner ends up missing the first. There's no doubt the collection of players that Indiana has
that's been put out to this team.
Not settling for tough shots either.
Absolutely.
That's a big deal.
Now you see a zone right here by Sam Houston. The ball's got to move for Indiana.
Got a tap and a turnover. Start talking about not turning the ball over, and there's the first in a while.
I can't believe you would bring that up. I mean, that's all your fault.
Hoofner misses, and a one and done. Into the corner, Goody. His third 3 of the game.
Your hands down. If you're Indiana, that's a great job of realizing that the alleyways that are there and the passing lanes that are there, taking advantage of it, and then Ballo with a really good seal. That's what Indiana does best, is their big seal. I think better than anybody in the country.
Ballo going to the line. You saw the graphic down there. One of just 4 players in the country, 13+ points, 8 or more rebounds, and 2 or more blocks per game. Interesting. We were talking before the game, and a lot has been made of his free throw shoot.
If the run in transition, get your feet set. Those are some of the best threes that you can get. And then when it touches that post, now all of a sudden your feet are set as well. And I'm talking a lot about feet set. But that's when great shooters really are able to shoot at an elite level, as their feet, their base are set.
Feet lead the way. Finister high elevating for 2 more.
And that's just a defensive breakdown by a young player. Tucker lets, again, backdoor. You can't allow the offensive player to backdoor.
Biggs, they're there. And Baco, who's back on the floor after a long rest. He hasn't seen the floor since about the 12-minute mark. Hoofner fouled. He'll go to the line. They'll get Goody. It's his second foul.
That's where Luke Goody, defensively, he's going to get screened. He's got to stay into the body. If he stays into the body through that screen, now all of a sudden.
For Luke Goody, leading the way for Indiana and leading all scorers with 13. He's almost outscored Sam Houston by himself in his first half. Trying to get Wilkerson going. He got a kick violation on Bryson Tucker. He threw it right at his foot. I had no choice. I had to kick it.
You had to. Indiana defensively this half is one of the better halves defensively I've seen from them. Surprising to me, I guess.
2 misses from Ballo. Finister lays it up and in, and Indiana just fell asleep on defense.
I just gave them compliments on how well they were defensively. They've given up 5 points of things you just can't do.
Renew down low and able to get it over the top of Hoofner.
Now, if I'm Indiana's bigs, I'm sprinting back. And right now they're jogging back. Sprint back, set that defense.
Led by as many as 22 in this game. 8 turnovers for Indiana in this first half. Again, they average 14 a game.
How many of them have been forced? I mean, really, there hasn't been many, if any.
Yeah, 7 of the 8 of the unforced variety, more than likely. Hammond's undersized against Mbako. Now Wilkerson on Galloway. Wilkerson falls away and got the roll. Off. to go in his first half, and Höfner makes the first. Just 2 misses on the season for Höfner. His one make was that acrobatic shot with the time winding down on the shot clock and just heaved it up. Ended up falling. 11-2 run right now for Sam Houston. Last 3.5 minutes almost. Fouls in that first half. And if you're Sam Houston, how do you try and climb back into this one too? You got to make the threes. No, nice alley-oop over to Renew.
Now that's what a big to big, when you have both bigs on the floor, then you've got to take advantage of what the advantage is. That's your interior play.
9 now for Renew, kind of flirting with a triple-double. 9 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists.
And if you're Sam Houston, how do you get back to it, Jeff? Well, you got to make some threes.
Finister now leading all scorers with 14 points. He's 6 of 9 from the floor. Bako hits a couple of free throws.
But that all starts with Indiana's transition defense. They've got to be better at that end. And it starts very simple. Sprint. Don't drop your head, just sprint.
Out of bounds, and it will be Indiana basketball. Finister and Burns not on the same page on that pass. Starting to heat up. He's got 9.
Yeah, before the game we talked with Coach Mudge a little bit about what needed to happen. Control the pace, aggressive on offense. They weren't always aggressive on offense in that first half. Start the second half, they have been.
Bako for 3. Too strong. Here comes Wilkerson. 14-point deficit. Wilkerson passed up the 3. His runner is good.
And this is, again, where 2 bigs on the floor, you got to try to make sure that you just got to find that next play to get yourself going.
Höfner down low and a chance for one more, and here come the Bearcats. An opportunity to get it into single digits. Bryson Tucker picks up the personal. Leal's going to check in, and Höfner down low.
And what happens is Indiana has 2 players go to 1. If you're going to switch that early. It's a late switch. The cross screen happens. Goody doesn't stay connected with it. And then all of a sudden you've got 2.
Big deal. Miles Rice starting to heat up in the second half.
It is just a little bit of a step back. Nothing but net. Maybe
I'm ready. Fight on. Boys up, baby.
Let's get it. Go Dogs.
Nah, it's all about the
second half. You look at defensively, not locked in at all. 6 of 7 they've given up. So that's the focus. It's Big Ten basketball. Your next game, you're in the season. You got 2 games. You got to play for 40 minutes. Otherwise, you're going to lose basketball games.
Come away with a turnover. That's a big 13-point lead for the Hoosiers. Tapped. Scroggins has it and throws it right away again. Leal to Goody for 3. Long rebound onto the Bearcats. Wilkerson looking for help and threw it away. Got in no man's land. Leal tried to set up the alley-oop, and that was blocked away by Burns. We'll go against Scroggins.
And to touch back on being a good defender, just be in good position, and then having the trust of your guys, knowing that, hey, if I'm in the right position, the next guy is going to be in the right position. And that's what Indiana's building on right now. That's that gel that they need to get together to play together. So
nice feet down low and a foul. Wilkerson asking for a jump ball. Wilkerson's going to get the personal. Mike Woodson really working. And the foul's going to stay down here.
And Anthony Lillard gets that foul because he crashes the board. He makes the pass. He cuts through. He circles around. He's at the three-point line. He cuts back door now to go get the offensive rebound there. So that energy that he's brought has been really good. He's there. He's down low looking for it. He creeps in when Ballo had the ball down low. Pretty good. Absolutely love this. If you're an Indiana fan, you love it. If you're a Sam Houston fan, you love it. That's the energy we talked. We talked about the 50-50 ball that was on the floor in the paint. Sam Houston didn't go for it in the first half. All right, well, that's the Sam Houston team that you're used to seeing if you watch his team close enough over the last couple of years. Their energy, their effort.
7 from the free throw line tonight.
And this is a team in Sam Houston that, they've made 73 threes on the season. Right now, they've only made 5. They're shooting at 36%. They're normally at about 40%, 15th in the nation. So Indiana's done a decent job of closing out the threes.
They missed some good looks.
And they've I'm just exactly like that's correct.
Let's see if they can start.
Side of the floor, you had the ball screen action on the other side of the floor, and now all of a sudden there was the help, the hedge. That whole backside was wide open. The weak side is late.
Hoofner just picked up his 3rd foul.
And a shiner.
And a shiner to go along with it. Head back home to Texas with one.
Now why does that side pick and roll reach? And then if you're going to go in and reach up, if you reach up and you get the ball, they're not going to call a foul. You reach down, even if you get the ball, they're probably going to call a foul just by the way it looks. Student section going crazy because
did
they get something?
Free fries and 2 misses from the free throw line. Nice move by Rice. He bangs home the jumper.
Wow, Rice 4 of 7 tonight. Oh, you like that, huh?
I do, but I'm worried about how those arms are moving. That's pretty impressive. Shoulders are popping out of the sockets.
they are.
It's a lot.
Does that last all season? You think that's constructed the right way?
I think so.
I think some more tape maybe on that. I'm worried about if that's going to get through Big Ten play.
I think it will.
You do?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried.
We got some smart kids down here today.
I could go.
Rice has 13. He's come alive in the second half. And Hoofner short, another rebound. That's number 8 for Renew. 11 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Mbako creating space. Mbako in double figures.
Yeah, and Boykin so good distributing the basketball, averaging 6 assists a game. Just gets the Sam Houston team in some stuff, and like I said, missed the last 3 games.
Sam Houston's going to be really tough in conference play when they get to Conference USA. Again, won the league last year, lost in the conference tournament, missed out on a bid to the NCAA tournament, but they went 13-3 in conference. Picked to finish 3rd this year.
I love the history of. I love coming here.
Oh yeah, it's cool.
And now with this, I might never come back.
No one's yelled at you today.
No, you're right. You're right.
I mean, you showed up right before tip, so I mean, maybe that's part of it. I'm just joking. You didn't.
No, that's fine.
We were early. We were here for shoot around. You're doing your job the way you're supposed to do it. We'll see what happens on your way out.
Just strays from you today.
It's our first game in a while.
I thought you liked me.
Sam Houston forces a turnover. Trying to get it up to Finister. Didn't get it tall enough. Rice dumps it off. Renew.
Right, you need to play together. You need to play to strengths. You need people to sacrifice for the greater good of the group.
Followed by Wilkerson, no good, and Renew with another rebound. He's got a double-double. 16 points, 10 rebounds. Yeah, it's the buy-in for the team that can be lost. Renew, again, down low. Renew, looking for space.
I mean, he played so well in the Bahamas for this Indiana team. Brought a lot of energy.
Had a season-high 6 against Gonzaga. There's a 3 from Hoofner. And we're under 3 minutes to play. Right at the elbow. Jumper no good from Ja'Kai Newton. Jordan Rayford coming in as we look live into our second game of our doubleheader. Cal Baptist is at USC. Not a far ride for Cal Baptist out of Riverside. Juju Watkins and the Trojans coming up next.
Must-watch TV with Juju Watkins. I mean, must-watch
It's
TV.
incredible to watch her play. I had in Indiana played more as a team tonight than they have in a while.
I thought defensively they were together more offensively. They played off each other. They went with the one big the majority of the game.